top 10 songs in S tier, then favorites in A tier. Not top 10, but favorites. B is mid-range, as it should be. Just kind of don't hate them, don't necessarily love them. This is all comparative, right? As the drama unfolds and begins, remember this is all comparative. There are very few songs by 21 Pilots that I would say are objectively bad songs. They're just some that I like less than others. And there's some kind of in the B range that I like, but I don't necessarily crave repeat listens to all the time. C is skippable songs. So if I'm listening to a playlist, I'll often skip songs in the C list. But if I'm listening to an album all the way through, I won't. And then D songs are songs that I think are just my least favorites. Again, not objectively bad, but my least favorites. So I'm going to say Implicit Demand for Proof as an A. I like listening to it. Great song. Great opener. Starting off with an A, Fall Away. Fall Away is going to beat out Implicit Demand for Proof. And I think I might move it up very slightly for now and put it in a top 10. I think it may be one of my favorites off of the self-titled album. One of the ones that stands out for sure. The Pantaloon. Now, I think this is in many ways a song that gets overlooked and is a bit underrated, but it is also honestly more of a B level song for me. I think it's quirky. I think it's fun. And I would be sad if it didn't exist, but it's not the best. Addict with a Pen. I mean, I'm not going to put it in top 10. Some people, I think, would. And I can see why. But it's going to be a mid-A for me. Friend Please, I think I'm going to have to put in a B as well, above the Pantaloon. Yeah, I do really like it. One of my top ones, probably off of self-titled. Well, yeah, maybe. But there's some things musically that I think just hit my ear a little strangely about the song, even though lyrically it's great. March to the Sea is one that I would rank higher than Friend Please, I think. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, it starts out very slowly, but I've always, for some reason, gravitated towards that song. And lyrically, it is very interesting. Because I'm not sure if anyone, Tyler Joseph included, knows exactly what is going on in that song. What's a spaceship in the sky doing? Johnny Boy. It's fun. I don't know. Kind of, it's skippable. It's skippable for me. Almost Believer. Honestly, no offense to fans or believers in Almost Believer. Kind of skippable for me as well. I don't know. Just, again, if I'm listening to self-titled all the way through, I'm going to listen to it. But if it pops up on a playlist or a shuffle, I'm going to skip it. But I think I like it more than Johnny Boy. Aircatcher. So, this one's a little tough. Never been one of my top self-titled songs. But I love the remaster, and I didn't actually include the remaster on here, and retrospectively, I probably should have. So that's my bad. But after listening to the remaster, this song suddenly grew on me a lot, because I could hear those other sounds that the remaster kind of elevated and brought out that are still there in the original. They're just much quieter, much more subdued. And so because of that, the song's actually grown on me a lot. That said, low B, but I don't skip it that much anymore. All right, Trapdoor, I mean, come on. Probably going to get knocked down from top 10, right? There's going to be stiff competition for top 10 21 Pilots songs. But for now, it's definitely top 2 on self-titled. I don't know that much more needs to be said. I mean, interesting lyrics, especially nowadays. Yeah, I mean, it's great musically. I've always found that one interesting. And it's such a, I don't know, sad, tragic, wonderful song in so many ways. So I love Trapdoor. Don't know if it's my top song off of the album to listen to. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because there are certain 21 Pilot songs that are like haunting and sad and slow and beautiful, and we'll get into some of those, right? I'll point those out as we go along. But even a song like Intentions, right? It's a sad, slow, haunting song. And Trapdoor isn't like Intentions musically at all. But thematically, it's very similar, and it's almost a subtly sad song, where it sounds musically almost like a kind of epic ballad, but then you listen to the lyrics, and you get to the end, and it's just like, ooh, right? That's not uplifting. So, I don't know. I like the song. All right, Car Torch Death. Very interesting lyrically, thematically. Very interesting, intriguing, compelling. I skip it quite a lot. Just because musically, I don't know. It's never really caught me musically. And it's hard to say it's a song that I would want to do without because it's not. Taxi Cab. Can move it into top 10 and move Trapdoor down to an A. I mean, we could do another one ranking every single song by Tyler Joseph. Every single song Tyler Joseph writes, co-produces, sings on, an even longer list. Before you start your day, I have an interesting relationship with this song, as some of you know. I often forget it exists, which I think to me means it's the most skippable of all skippable songs. And then I'll Fight with Birds, and that's my other top 10 song from Self-Titled. And it's hard because Fall Away of these three is probably the one that I just go to listen to the most if I want to put on a single 21 Pilots song from Self-Titled. It'll probably be Fall Away. And partly that's because it's got a really great beat and vibe to it. And it's also shorter. I Will Fight with Birds, if you're going to sit down to listen to that, you're really getting into something, right? But Taxi Cab lyrically is one of their best songs of all time. And while I Will Fight with Birds and Fall Away are both fantastic songs on Self-Titled, I don't know that they beat out Taxi Cab, and also I don't know if they're going to make it in the top 10. Again, I'm willing to leave these here until we get some more top 10 songs that need to beat them out. That's fine. But they're probably going to be beaten out. All right, let's get into regional best. One album down. The first few albums I'm sure will fly by a lot faster than the next ones will because, as you'll see, we don't just get into albums, we get into album eras, and then there are a bunch of other, songs associated with that. Obviously, there are some repeats here. I did include, I was toying with this, but everyone wanted, all versions of songs, so I did include the regional best versions of songs that then reappear on Vessel. So obviously, to start, we have Guns for Hands, the regional at best version. That's a skip. I'd always much rather listen to the Vessel version. The only version of a song that's on regional at best that I would rather, or not rather, but that I'm still interested in listening to over a Vessel one or in addition to a Vessel one are Ode to Sleep and Car Radio, because Ode to Sleep is different. There's differences in that, and the Car Radio has an extended piano piece right at the end of regional best, or the regional best version, which I always find interesting. Holding On to You, again, repeat. Skip. I mean, honestly, I might just put these in Ds. Like, they're not the worst songs ever by 21 Pilots. That's not what I'm saying, because they're still, like, if these versions existed and the Vessel versions didn't, these would still be good songs. But it's hard to pick them over the Vessel ones. Ode to Sleep, I'm going to put in skippable rather than D, because again, it is interesting to hear that different sound. The Slow Town, I like it a lot. Didn't get to see it live. Very few people got to see it live. I did get to see Fake You Out live. That was really cool. Where would I put this? I think B. I don't actually skip it all that much. I forget it exists a lot of the time. But if I hear it, I'll listen to it because I like it. Car Radio, again, like Ode to Sleep. Skippable. I do like the extra piano bit at the end, but I often will just listen to the Vessel version instead. Forest. I like Slow Town better than Forest. That's probably a hot take. A lot of people like Forest. I like Slow Town a bit better. Glowing Eyes, I like that more than Slow Town. And I think I like it more than Earcatcher. But, well... See, the problem with Glowing Eyes and a lot of the songs off Regional Best is because of the way Regional Best was created, the production quality is a little lower than I would like it to be. But the song, what they're going for musically and lyrically in that song is really good. So... It's also hard because the production quality might have been a lot better back in the day. We just have like files from ripped CDs these days, and the CDs were burned off of other files from probably other ripped CDs, right? Like it's very second or third or fourth hand quality for these. All right, Kitchen Sink. Top B? I'll put it in low A. I don't know. It's hard to put that song low. Again, it's one that I don't listen to as much as I would like to. Let me just put it that way. So I like it. I just don't always listen to it. But I wish I did more. So it's weird. Anathema. Top B. Well, Nah, mid B. Mid B. Lovely. Well, again, it was remastered. I'm not including the remaster because that's like a bonus track on Vessel. It's okay. Maybe just above Before You Start Your Day. Ruby. I don't know. Ruby kind of... I don't dislike Ruby at all, but it kind of feels like a demo for a song. I don't know. It just... I like it. I think they do some fun experimental things in it. I don't know. It feels like it's on a different level. On a lower level than some of their other stuff. Regional Best Trees. Skippable. Very, very skippable. Be Concerned. I don't know. I actually like that. And I do like Clear. I wish the production on Clear was a bit better, but I do like Clear, and I do like Be Concerned. You know, I mean, it's a little hard. Regional Best will always have kind of a soft spot in my heart, right? It was one of the first projects I discovered from 21pilots' early history. Like, I discovered Regional Best before I discovered their self-titled album, and really before I heard most of Vessel. I remember hearing Kitchen Sink. Like, I'd heard Blurryface and Trench, and then I found Kitchen Sink, Forest, and... Anathema, something like that. I found like a couple of random songs from Regional Best online and started discovering that. Okay, let's get into Vessel. One of the two shortest albums by 21pilots, and the last album where it is just the album and not an album cycle with EPs and remasters and reworks and remixes. All right, Ode to Sleep off of Vessel. Instantly top 10. Tough competition between Taxicab and Ode to Sleep. I think I'm gonna bump down Taxicab. I'm gonna pull off Isle of Flightless Birds and Fall Away. They're gonna sink down to A. Holding On to You, I think kind of mid B. Yeah, it beats out the Pantaloon. But in a lot of ways, when I'm comparing these, I'm having to look past the production quality on Regional Best. Because again, I don't know if that album's wholly to blame for that. I think we just have a bad version of it these days, right? It's like a relic from the past that's covered in dust and dirt and scratches, right? It's not what it was originally. Migraine. It's one I don't listen to as much as I would like, but when I hear it come on, I'll listen to it. Not an A for me, but top B, high B. House of Gold. So I used to like this song a lot more. I tend to skip it more than nowadays. But with that in mind, I don't think it's fully a skippable song. So kind of low B. Maybe I'll put it above. No. Well, maybe I'll do that. Car Radio. It's a classic. Iconic song. I don't think I can put it in top 10 for me, personally. Maybe if we were to rank like objectively the most iconic or the most meaningful songs of all time, sure, that would go up in top 10. But in terms of like my favorites or how I rank it, it's not top 10. But it is high. I think right in here. I like the lyrics. I don't know. Car Radio has some great lyrics. The Trapdoor does too. I might do this though. I might do that. That's hard because I really like this one musically and lyrically, and I do with this one. I don't know. These are close. Semi-automatic. I'm trying to think. I don't know. It's not skippable, but I don't listen to it that much. So, ooh, we're doubling up. The tiers are growing. It's not gonna all fit on screen at the end. It's gonna be crazy. And we're like not even in the first. We haven't even gotten the first half of this done. All right. I think. I don't know. It's hard because Holding On to You is such a classic 21 Pilots song, but I also feel like I've overplayed it for myself, / it is overplayed. And Semi-Automatic is so good. So I think I'm going to put it just above. Yeah, I like Screen a lot. I think I'm going to put it... probably here. The Run and Go. This is like a high skippable for me. I often do skip it. If I forget to skip it and listen to it, I really like it, but I often do skip it. So it's kind of weird. But I think I like Semi-Automatic more. But they're next to each other. And it might honestly... I don't know. As much as I love Migraine... I don't know. I think I'll have to leave that like it is. It's really hard to bring Migraine down further. Guns for Hands, Vessel version. I don't know. It's hard. It's like these are such classic 21 Pilots songs. I have to do that. It's a lot of Vessel altogether, right? I'm sure this will kind of get switched around. I'm realizing how much, how many songs from Self-Titled I have in A tier and not that many from Vessel, which is interesting. I'm not saying that's inaccurate. I just didn't necessarily notice that. Truce. Where are we going to put Truce? Top 10. Top 10. And Trees, honestly, it's skippable. It is a skippable song for me. Trying to figure out exactly where to place it with all these other ones. I think I like Trees more than Johnny Boy, but it is skippable, which is crazy, right? I think that's a hot take. I used to like it more than I do now, but maybe it's just it's been overplayed, so when it comes on, I'm less interested in listening to it than another 21 Pilots song. Again, it's the kind of thing. If I'm listening through Vessel, I'll still listen to it. But, you know, it's not exactly my favorite. All right. Heavy Dirty Soul. Top 10. Now, where in the top 10 does it go is the question. And I think I have to put it above Taxi Cab. I'm not sure about above Oates Sleep. I think I have to put it above Taxi Cab. Which is hard. And they're very different songs, right? It's hard to compare them one to one. But, yeah. Stressed Out, not skippable by any means. I think there. I don't know. It's not one I seek out to listen to that much anymore. But I like it. You know, I don't think it's as overrated or overplayed as some people say. I do like it. I think it's a kind of clean song. Maybe Blowguns for Hands, right? Like, maybe I have to move it down here, right? I don't know. It's a high range of B. Ride's similar. I think I like Ride a bit more than Stressed Out, just because of the reggae vibes to it. I don't know. All right, Fairly Local. Now, I don't know. This is hard again. I might do this and then something like that. Tear My Heart. And that's about all I'm going to say about that. You guys can have your hearts broken in the chat. But Lame Boy, I don't know. I don't know that I like it as much as Ride or Stressed Out. But it's up there. Something like that. Probably better than Glowing Eyes, yeah. I think it's one I don't end up listening to all that much, unfortunately. Again, I really like it. I just, for some reason, it doesn't make its way into my, I don't know, my next up on my songs. I don't know. Yeah, if I'm listening to Blurryface all the way through or shuffled, I always listen to it. If I'm driving 10 minutes in the car, I might not put on the Judge, right? But all right, Doubt. See, Doubt I liked a lot. I used to. And then they released the demo version, and I like that so much better. It's kind of similar to the remaster of Lovely. I mean, not quite as extremely, because I still think this is a very good version of the song. But it's definitely dropped this down quite a lot. Like, if I'm going to if I'm craving listening to Doubt, I'm just going to put on the demo. I think it's better than Glowing Eyes, right? You know, so I don't know. I think it's skippable. I'll put it there. Something like that. It's skippable, but We Don't Believe What's on TV. A skip. Yeah, probably there. It never, even like when I was first really into Blurryface and it was all I was listening to, that one always was kind of a bit down there. Message Man. I listen to Fairly Local more, but Message Man is insanely good. I used to think it was extremely underrated, and then they brought in the Message Man ritual for the Icy tour, or probably the Takeover tour as well. And so then it became more of a thing that people talked about. But I've always loved that song, and I don't think it gets enough attention. But now it kind of is getting more. Now, I do like Hometown. I don't know if it's last winter I was in a phase of listening to Hometown a lot. And I'm not so much anymore. But maybe I'll put it above the Judge these days. All right, Not Today. Goner. You know, you kind of called it. Goner is a B. It's hard because I think Goner objectively is a fantastic song. I don't listen to it all that much. You know, it's one of their more intense songs, right? Like it's sometimes a bit, it's not necessarily a casual car ride to the grocery store kind of song, right? Like, I don't know. You need a particular context in which to listen to. So with that in mind, I think I'll put it here. All right, Heathens. I don't know. It's like high skippable. It didn't used to be, but I definitely skip it a lot more now than I used to. Now we get at the end of Blurryface and Heathens. Now we start getting into the reimaginings, the remakes, the remixes of a lot of these songs. It's Mute Math Sessions. Very cinematic version of Heathens, and this is where things start to get complicated, right? Because we're bringing in these alternate versions, and it's like, where do we put them in regards to everything else? How do we align these? How do we assign these? I think some of these alternate versions I like better than the studios. Heathens, yeah, I think Heathens is going to have to be one of those. And again, a little skippable. I do like this version of Heavy Dirty Soul, but I don't like it as much as the original, and it's going to end up being high skippable for me, unfortunately. I love the video, the Mute Math Sessions video. It's fantastic watching them create all of this. Paul Meany working his magic on the keys. But Ride, better than the studio in a lot of ways. Tear My Heart, I like it better than the original, but still, this song just not it for me. And then Lane Boy. It's better than Ride. Mute Math Sessions, studio. Yeah, now I've gotten to the point where Can't even see the songs I'm supposed to be bringing up into this. Jumpsuit, I like it a lot. Definitely an A. Oh wow, we've got now it's even bigger. Probably a hot take for a lot of you. I think this is where I put it. Just, again, I kind of like listening to some of these more. But that said, I do think I need to reorganize some of these. Levitate. Definitely an A. I think there might get bumped down a bit. At one point, I think I thought it was better than Jumpsuit. I don't know if I hold that opinion anymore. Moving on, Morph. Another A. Oh, I have a hot take coming up. You guys are gonna cancel me. I kind of like that more in car radio. All right, My Blood. I need to reorganize some of these, don't I? I do really like Chlorine. I appreciate a lot of it. I'm glad it's a very long song. And I especially like kind of the second half of it. So I might put it here. I've gone through phases of like not listening to it as much and then listening to it more. Smithereens, one of my lower ones off of Trench, but I think probably around there. All right, Neon Gravestones. This is an A, but where in the A? I think, honestly, Hype, again, one of my lower ones. Yeah, I think that's fair. Nico and the Niners. Definitely in the A. I think I like it more than Jumpsuit. Do I like it more than Message Man? Yes. Top of A for now. Nico and the Niners, one of my favorites. After listening to Blurryface, I got into 21pilots, and then Jumpsuit and Nico and the Niners came out right around that time. And so those were some of the first songs, and Nico and the Niners in particular, that kind of got me wanting to find even more of their music. Kind of like an epic song, very experimental in a lot of ways. It's become a staple 21pilot song now, but at the time, I think a new way of making songs for them. And apparently, I think also it was the first song they finished off of Trench, but I can't remember exactly where I heard that. Cut My Lip. I think I like it more than the Hype. Maybe here. Maybe just below Stressed Out. Bandito. See, again, these are hard to compare to one another, right? This is not the final ranking of the songs in my top 10. I'm gonna have to come back and kind of finalize that at the end, right? Though, kind of, I'm not sure I'm gonna mess around much with the others because we genuinely will be here all night if I start like fiddling around too much with everything at the end. But I'm definitely going to return to my top 10. Pet Cheetah. I don't know. People like to genuinely or pretend hate on it. The Pet Cheetah part at the end does get a little repetitive, but I do like a lot of this song. I think it starts out great. Like holistically as a song, it could be improved a bit by not having that end part be so repetitive, but I do think a lot of the song is really good. Legend, one of my least favorites on the album. I get the sentiment and the meaning behind it, and that's meaningful, but I'm not a huge fan of it musically. Leave the City, very good. I don't know if it quite, I kind of want to put it into A tier, but I don't know that or maybe I'll do this. Balance things out a bit more. All right, then we get into the location sessions, and this is one of my favorite of the kind of alternate version remasters, or not remasters, recreations, reimaginings that they do of these songs. So first we've got Chlorine, Mexico City version, and it's getting so big and unwieldy I have to like climb my way up. But I think Cut My Lip, I don't like it as much as kind of the studio version. Again, like how do you compare this version of Cut My Lip to the Hype, right? It's a little hard. The Hype Berlin. I like this better than the Hype. I think better than Pet Cheetah. I think maybe I'll put it here. I think something like that. We are in the second half. Level of Concern. This was a great song when it came out. Huge fan when it came out. We hadn't gotten anything new from them besides like location sessions and things like that for almost 2 years, right? It was 2020. Great song to have at that moment. Over time, it's aged. I haven't really returned to it that much. It's definitely skippable. So I think maybe, I don't know. I can put it above We Don't Believe What's on TV. Level of Concern, Live from the Outside. I think this was slightly more interesting than Level of Concern, but again, still kind of, like I like the bridge that they added and stuff, but still kind of dated. Christmas Saves the Year. I'm going to put in a B. Again, it's seasonal. It's a little hard to compare because you kind of only want to listen to it, as we were just talking about, in particular windows of time. I think I'll put it like here, maybe. All right, Into, Scaled, and Icy. 3 albums left, and a bunch of alternate versions as well. Good Day. Skippable. I genuinely just don't really like this song that much. I think it's all the way down there. Choker, largely skippable, but it's higher. Shy Away, that makes it into a B for sure. Maybe not an A. It has a lot to beat out to get up there. Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't know if I want to put it above Doubt, but The Outside, yeah, I like The Outside. I think don't like it quite as much as Shy Away, but it's up there. Saturday, not a huge fan. Yeah, not a huge fan. I think Never Take It, definitely skippable. Mulberry Street, it's okay, but probably bottom of the B. Formidable, like this one a bit better. Bounce Man, it's a skip, unfortunately. It's a higher skip. No Chances, one of my favorites off of this album. I think I like it more than these. And then Redecorate, I do like more than No Chances. I might actually put it there. All right, so live stream versions. I don't have every single live stream version here. And the reason is some of the live stream versions of some of these songs are really just a live version of a song, right? Like Mulberry Street, the live stream version is really just him playing live. I didn't choose to include that, or Never Take It and stuff like that. So it was really like Stressed Out is a very alternate version of Stressed Out. Choker is another one I didn't include. Hopefully that makes sense. Why some of these are here and not. But for the same reason I didn't, pull Ride live at Red Fox Theater or whatever that performance is. It's on their YouTube channel. It just would have made sense to include all of those as well. So Stressed Out live stream version. I don't like it more than Stressed Out, like the OG, but it's good. Again, including these, it's what you guys wanted. Wasn't what I was going to do. And the reason being, it's a little harder to compare, right? Like the alternate version of Stressed Out versus Goner. Like I think it's there. I don't exactly know. All right, and then this is like a medley of a couple of different songs. I think here is fine. Well, maybe Slow Down above that. Lameboy Redecorate is really good. So I'll put it above, I think there. I think I'll put it there. Shy Away, better than the OG in my opinion. Heathen's Trees, very good. All right, Jumpsuit Heavy Duty Soul, it's pretty good, but not the best of these. Oh, I guess I was still in the middle of ranking Heathen's Trees, wasn't I? Kind of forgot about that. I think there, and then this can go here. Stranger Things Heathens, really like this one. I wish it was on streaming, right? I'll listen to it a lot more if it was. Maybe there. This version of Heathens and Trees is just really good. And we are into MTV Unplugged, and then we've got 2 albums and 2 singles left after that. Stressed Out MTV Unplugged. I mean, first to Jokels, right? Like, come on. Tear My Heart. Kind of skippable. It's up there, right? I like it, but kind of skippable. House of Gold, Lame Boy. This is a good one. Maybe there. Yeah, maybe there. Shy Away. I do like what they did with this song, especially like the slowed down piano. Not one of my top ones from MTV Unplugged, but maybe here. This one was very good. Ride, Nico and the Niners. I think there. I like it better than most of these alternate versions. Maybe not quite as much as, I don't know. How do you compare the MTV Unplugged Ride and Nico and the Niners to Anathema? How? Car Radio Heathens, man. This one has grown on me a lot. Still not one of my favorites from the MTV Unplugged, but I do really like it. But not more than Lameboy Redecorate. I think I'll put it like that. Actually, to be honest, I think I have to put that there too. All right, here we are at Clancy, the start of the final era, as it were. Do you consider Clancy and Breach to be one era? Overcompensate. I think Overcompensate deserves an A. Man, I feel like I haven't put anything in A in a while. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's hard to put alternate versions in A's. So, I don't know. But again, I might move some of these up. Next semester, kind of high B. I don't know. Not one of my all-time favorites, but I do like a lot of it a lot. I think I'll put it there. Backslide, a bit lower. Somewhere around there. I think that's fair. Craving, single version. Somewhere around there. Something like that. All right, now Midwest Indigo. I think I like that better than both of these. Maybe might do that as well. Routines in the Night. One of my favorites off of Clancy. I don't know. Parts of this are just so good. Again, can you put it above Leave the City? Yeah. I think I like it more than Overcompensate. More than The Judge? I don't know. I'll leave that as is. Vignette, very good. Kind of like low A. Honestly, just right there. That's good. The Craving Jenna's version is unfortunately for me going to be another skip. I think somewhere around there. I do like it, but I don't know. I do skip it a lot. Lavish is also another skip, but maybe the top. Maybe the top of the skips. Navigating, one of my favorites off of Clancy. Maybe there. I might need to just move the Judge up because I keep putting things below it that like, like maybe there. Something like that. Snapback. Not skippable, but it's low. Maybe here. Okay, now I'm actually going to rank Old Day Station. Where I'd actually put it. And it's probably like here. Something like that. Might swap these, but it's pretty high. At the Risk of Feeling Dumb, instantly one of my favorites off of the album. First time I heard it. It's up there with Navigating. I'm probably going to move this down, honestly. And then finally, Paladin Street, which goes into the top 10. I think I need to put some more songs up here in the top 10. Well, I don't know. We'll see what Breach brings, I suppose. But I think some of the other ones we've talked about might go up there. But definitely Paladin Street. So we've got 7 up here, so we can fit 3 more in. I don't know if there's going to be 3 songs off of Breach that are top 10. So I think Paladin Street, yeah, I might be able to bring back a self-titled one. I'll have to see what I do there. But I'll just keep going and then pull some out to go into the top 10. The Line, it's grown on me. I liked it a lot, then I kind of stopped listening to it, and then I finally got around to watching the Game Awards version. Now I like it a lot. Also, post-Breach era kind of hits differently, right? Where would I put The Line? Maybe somewhere around here. I don't know. I think maybe there. Doubt Demo. Not S tier, but definitely A. Somewhere around there. City Walls, S tier. Top 10. Again, these aren't actually ordered yet. I'm just kind of throwing stuff in top 10, and then I'm going to go back and order those. But top 10. Raw Fear, I like Raw Fear. Probably B. I think there's good. Below Doubt. Drum Show. I think I'm going to put it in B. I'm trying to figure out exactly where. Drum Show is not one of my favorites off of Breach. I appreciate the jokels, but I don't know. It's honestly kind of low for me. Garbage, like this a lot. Probably still B, but it's higher than Raw Fear. They're kind of there for now. The Contract. See, the Contract right now in this current moment I have kind of a weird relationship with because I listened to it so much before Drum Show or Breach came out. So that now, whenever I listen to Breach, I'm more excited to hear the other songs because they're all new. So that's almost made me think I don't like The Contract as much, but I do. It's a great song. I'm just more interested in hearing the new stuff because it's new and fresh. So, Downstairs. It's A. Probably here. In The Contract, I might put here. And then Robot Voices, I like a lot. I don't know, it's good. It's a fun song. Definitely I think it would have been one of my favorites off of Skilled and Icy. Something like that. So with that in mind, I'll probably put it here. Yeah, maybe here. Maybe do that. Well, yeah. Well, no. Center Mass. Yeah, that's where I'm going to put that one. Cottonwood. A tier. I like that song a lot. One Way, definitely an A. Maybe there. Days Lie Dormant, it's lower for me. Maybe. Yeah, maybe here, around Legend. Tally, didn't quite make it into A for me, but yeah, Then we've got Intentions, which honestly, see, I didn't think this many songs off of Breach would make it into the top 10. But Drag Path is one of their best songs. If Truce makes it into S tier, Intentions has to. I don't know which one is better, right? Right now I would say Intentions, but I also am aware that might be recency bias. Okay, so top 10, let me actually sort these from 1 to 10. So for now, Ode to Sleep is going to stay there. Bandito, I might actually put Drag Path above Heavy Dirty Soul. Above Heavy Dirty Soul. Then Paladin Straight. City Walls. Intentions slightly above Truce. And then Taxi Cab and Nico and the Niners. Finally finished the ranking, which is actually crazy. Thank you so much to everyone for being here, and I'll see you all next week, hopefully.